Hello everybody. Let's make a video. Um, I've been feeling pretty sad lately because of the bad breakup that I had. And I figured if I worked a lot, I'd get myself through the situations, but hasn't changed anything because no matter how busy I am, at the end of the day, I still come home to be stuck with my thoughts and think about what happens. I'm very thankful for my friends and family that's been there to support me throughout the shit. Excuse my hair, shit ain't done, but it'll be fly. I'm growing it out. It's been a lot of people there to help me during my sleepless nights and be there for me, like just to have people to talk to. So I am very grateful for the people that I have in my life, but I feel like half of the people didn't know what to say to me just because they've never gone through some stuff like it. But for people who have gone through similar issues, it could be very heartbreaking. Like, a lot of the people thought that it was just a bad breakup, but nobody actually understood how much I actually cared about this individual for me to continue moving on. And the situation that we was left in, it's not normal for anybody to pick up from there and continue living life as a normal person. And it's difficult. I had those group of friends that were just like, fuck that bitch, and like, move on, do what you gotta do. And then I also had people that were like, no matter what you decide to do, at the end of the day, it was that's gonna be your life, and it will, whatever makes you happy, like, we'll support you 100%. So for the past 3 days, I definitely want to say that shit is tough to deal with specific types of breakups, and especially the kind that I had. Let's just say she made a kid that obviously I didn't make with her. And at the end of the day, I thought that I was mature enough, to accept the both of them. And until this day, that hasn't changed. So this video is definitely necessary for me to have something to look back on and see that no matter what type of hurt she put me through, I could still always say at the end of the day that I have love for her. And even though I have a buttload of supportive people, anybody can only say so much, It's not like I have a problem talking about my issues. Like, I have 8 best friends, and each and every one of them individually have different perspectives on the situation that happened. And I went through the motions that people said that I needed to go through. In the first, I was just going to be mad and angry, and that's exactly what I saw happening. I got mad as fuck and dealt with it the only way I knew how. So I drank a lot. I lost like 11 pounds in less than a month, and I didn't think that I'd be that person, but that's just how much the relationship affected me. So if anybody knows what that feels like, then you're able to relate. But for the meantime, I've had family checking up on me, friends checking up on me, supporting it, and seeing how I'm doing now. So this is definitely just a vlog to put out there to see how I'll be in a few months down the line from now. To think that I'd be somebody to accept somebody else's kid that me and her didn't agree on, like, to see family members and friends having kids and settling down and having the life that I always dreamed of, or just, like, what's the main purpose of life? That's eventually your end goal, right? To meet somebody, to be your best friend, and to settle down with and marry and have kids and do stuff like that. And in my younger years, of course, I figured like, oh yeah, it wouldn't be no problem just to meet somebody and have a family with. But nowadays, like, even though I've had friends that were just like, hell yeah, like, I'll support you and I'll be a sperm donor and all this and that, I never realized how hard it was actually going to be, because at the end of the day, I've had some guy friends be like, yo, like, I don't think it'd be cool, because at the end of the day, like, like, I made that, like, and you're raising it as your own kid. So it's definitely a tough thing. And, finding surrogates costs a lot of fucking money. Doing any type of specific, like, surgery requires money. It's not to say that it's not affordable, but, I know my parents have been wanting grandkids for a while, and for me, I'm sure it's a lot harder for them to accept that I can't just get any girl pregnant or whatever. Like, of course, it's going to be somebody I'm happy with and want to settle with, and I do. I have an older brother, and, not to say that it's any easier on him. I'm sure it's more pressure just because he is the only guy, and out of the kids, that it wouldn't make it no easier for him to do what he had to do. But, a lot of people have been supportive with whatever my decisions were or are as of right now. And like I said, I don't think people appreciate the gratitude that I have, because they're able to meet someone and talk about kids and move on with their lives. As for me, like, I work 2 jobs right now, so I make enough money. I have, all the basic necessities that I need. It's not like I'm asking people for rides because I have my own car. But sometimes, no matter how happy you are with yourself as a person, there's still something that you're going to be missing in life. And I think a lot of my friends and family forget that, because it's not as easy for me to have a kid. And not to say that it's totally off, because I am a woman and I can have my own kid, but still I would have to find a donor I'm okay with. But I honestly don't think I'd be the type of person to carry. So, I feel like it would be more important to meet somebody and be like, oh shit, like, my shorty's down to have my kid, no matter how it goes down, whatever makes us happy. And, I met that with my ex. So a lot of people don't understand I personally think a lot of people don't understand what it's like to have that kind of love for somebody and then not be able to go about it the way that you want to. Like, in my eyes, that's what's normal. And, I feel like I just have to get this shit off of my chest just to see who I'll be in a few months from now. To see if I've grown from this, to see if I've accepted anything. Like, I know I've always been a good person, but of course I'm going to come through challenges and obstacles in my life that will make me feel like I need to do better. Right now, my goal is to save money and move to Florida just to start a new chapter in my life. Which is one of the main reasons why I chose my YouTube name to be The Book of C, because it's supposed to be pages and chapters in my life where everybody will get to see how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, or what I'm going through. So at the moment, I'm saving to move out there, and I know that as of right now, the subscribers I have are all my family and friends. So thank you again for, doing it, and I'm sure eventually it'll get better. But right now, it's hard for me to see other kids because of what happened to me. But at the same time, it's ironic because I want kids and I want to settle down with the right partner or with somebody I'm in love with or whatever. Or, you know, somebody you've like invested so much time in. It's not something that you could just take away. And, yeah, I read a whole bunch of shit, research all kind of nonsense, and there are people and things that I read that says, you know, like, nobody can really give you the advice, no matter how supportive they are, unless they've actually gone through the same exact situation. And like I said, I'm thankful for the people that I have in my life, but the first thing, like I said, everybody was like, fuck that hoe, fuck that bitch, you know, like, she fucking did you dirty and this and that. And at the same time, you know, I understood that nobody knew how much I actually loved the girl. So they were just like, you could do better. Like, you deserve so much more. And at the end of the day, of course, I know that, you know, like, I deserve somebody who's going to be there and spend enough time with me or on me personally. And that didn't happen, even though I know the girl is like slightly still attached to me. Because the love was real, you know? So I could only take it day by day and see where things go. And again, you know, shout out to the people that spent countless hours on the phone with me to make sure I was alright, even if they had work or school the next day. And I guess we'll see if my content is what other people need to hear too. But if people are watching for that reason, you know, I hope you know, the advice that you get from your friends and family definitely play a big role, because shit does get a little bit easier, but that's not something you ever forget about if you've been done wrong. Like, it doesn't matter whether you forgive the person or not. You're always just gonna look back and be like, you know, what the fuck did I do to deserve some shit like that? And I get it. Everybody's human. People make mistakes. Not to say that everybody necessarily deserves to be forgiven, but it is what it is, you know? If I could accept that personally to continue my life, and that's who I want, then the only thing that changes is if your partner doesn't want you, you know, back around in their lives or whatever. But, you know, you give people time, let them figure out life, see what life's like without you if you've always been supportive. And your family's always going to be your family. They're going to accept you and they're going to appreciate the decisions that you make, and they're going to back you up if they legitimately feel like that's what the fuck you got to do to get yourself together. That's what the fuck you got to do. Oh yeah, and this piece, dope as fuck. My homie did it. If you guys want to check him out, his Instagram is DANERSART. Pretty clean work, and that's my YouTube name, The Book of C. Sorry, it's probably upside down or backwards or whatever, because I'm facing the camera this way. But I just got home from hanging out with my brother from another, and I feel like sometimes people just have to hear shit, you know? You gotta do what makes you happy at the end of the day. Like, figure it out, even if a whole bunch of people don't agree with your decisions. Because if you're as stubborn as I am, I always have to make my mistakes before I figure out what's right or wrong for me. And like I said, I'm so glad that I have the support that I do. And without these people, I probably wouldn't be who I am today. But we're going to get through it. So it's the whole point of my YouTube thing. Go through shit, see how I handle it, and see if I grow as a person in the future. But this was just a small session of me venting. Thank you to whoever the fuck watches. Like, subscribe, comment, get your friends to fucking do the same. But it's time to go to sleep because I have work tomorrow morning. Bye.